What? Mr. Wright, are you saying the witness murdered Mr. Gloomsbury? For revenge? Ugh. Well, Mr. Sprocket, I think we know who this is. Ms. Wyatt.
Your Honour, I did it. I killed Mr. Gloomsbury.
No. What? Miss Wyatt, what are you trying to do? I guess she really meant it.
My Soren didn't do anything wrong. I'm the one who should be convicted.
Are we to understand you're confessing your guilt? No. Wait just a minute here. Ellen, why would you cover for me? After I testified, I thought you must have killed him.
I'll admit, I couldn't believe my ears at first. But all I want for you is to be happy. Your happiness is my happiness, Soren.
But without my notebook, I'd even forget those feelings of yours by tomorrow. Knowing that, do you still feel this way? The judge is gonna fucking cry, isn't he?
You've loved me all this time, the same way you did before the accident. That's how I know. You're the same person I've always loved. No disorder can change that.
Ellen. Your Honour, there are two things I would like to correct. 2 corrections? What are they? First of all, I want to withdraw one of my statements. Without memories to rely on, I took the police completely at their word. You can't be serious. So that means Soren never really doubted Ellen in the first place, did he, Nick? Ellen really does love Soren with all her heart, but in order to save her, I still have to go after Soren. I hope you can forgive me, Ellen. And what's your other correction, Mr. Sprocket? The truth is, I never felt anger or resentment towards Dumas about my sister. What? Why not? Because the one who caused the car accident was me. What? What was he, being a little shit kicking the seat? Order! Order in the court! Please continue, Mr. Sprocket. I'm the one who killed my sister. To protect my career and my future, my father made Dumas take the blame in exchange for money and position of lead servant. Oh, Soren was driving. So you see, Dumas must have held a grudge against me, not the other way around. And he must have attacked Ellen to get his revenge on me. Are you sure about all of this, Mr. Sprocket? Very sure. It's all been written down in detail in my notebook. That notebook is important evidence supplying background to the case. I must insist you submit it as evidence. The lawyer said I'd turned to murder, but that's just not true. However, it is true that my older sister and Dumas are both dead because of me and my negligence. I just glanced through Mr. Sprocket's notebook. I wasn't able to read the part about where he was stabbed due to the blood stain. What's written here about his sister's car accident is exactly as he stated. Your Honour, as long as it matches what's written in the notebook, can we still take the witness's testimony as valid in spite of his memory disorder? Yes, I believe we can. I understand now that the witness's memory is in disarray. If what Mr. Sprocket himself wrote in the notebook is true, then that means by the time Mr. Sprocket's party reached the scene, the victim had already been killed. Edgeworth's right. I'm still in the same bind as before. Should I really simply accept the contents of the notebook as a substitute for Soren's memory? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think? Will you accept Mr. Sprocket's notebook as official representation of his memories? Will I accept the notebook? Well, I don't think I can I? Wait a minute, Your Honour. The defence requests a chance to examine the notebook to see if it's trustworthy. Very well, but be quick about it. Thank you, Your Honour. How should we examine it? We should look at it from all different angles to see if there's anything suspicious. I see. There's no point if I don't look at what's inside. I have to open it. With your permission, Soren. Here I go. Yikes. It's just the page mark all stained. I guess it's not going to be very helpful at the moment. I'll keep going. This is the last page where there's writing. Something about this page doesn't sit right with me. I better take a closer look. A page has been torn out. It looks like there was something written on it. It looks like a page has been torn out here. Mr. Sprocket, do you know what was written on it? Oh, that. I often tear out a page when I write somebody a note. I probably wrote something down for somebody, tore it out and gave it to them. Oh yeah. That solves that then. Wait a minute. We can't ignore the possibility something important was written on the page. Now the page has been torn out, how can we determine what was written there? Well, let's see. That was written in the notebook. We should... If we use fingerprint powder on the notebook, we might be able to see what was written. Fingerprint powder? How would it help us find out what's written there? Well, if the writer left indentations in the blank page behind it, fingerprint powder should make those small indentations visible to the naked eye. Oh, stop. Fingerprint powder will only sully the notebook further. Mr. Wright, if you use the powder and still don't find anything, you must accept the notebook as representation of the witness's memories. Alright, Your Honour, I understand. If I don't find anything, it's all over anyway. Powder, don't fail me now. I'll now use the fingerprint powder on the blank page to find out if we can see what was written on the torn out page. Yes, we know how this fucking works. Oh. Oh shit, there's a lot more here. I struck and killed Dumar. Dumar took Ellen to the Vista deck. I struck and killed Dumar. Oops. Stop it. Okay. Oh, fuck's sake. What about this one? It says I struck and killed Dumar. This is huge. I struck and killed Dumar. That's what was written in a torn out page. Whoa! I can't be...
I don't believe it. There has to be some kind of mistake. So I would never, could never.
Ms. Wyatt. Bailiff, please get the defendant to the infirmary at once. Apparently the defendant got too worked up. She's rushing into the infirmary as we speak. Now then, please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honour. This notebook is all Mr. Sprocket has to remember things by. With this critical page being torn out, and even Mr. Sprocket himself knew the truth of what he'd done. I'm the one who killed Dumar. So it wasn't Helen? Thank goodness. Mr. Sprocket, does this mean you're at the crime scene during the murder after all? I guess I must have been. But Mr. Sprocket, can you really believe what's written in the notebook? Nobody touches the notebook but me. When I sleep it's under lock and key. I don't remember writing that I killed Dumar, but I guess I must have. Well, now we have a confession. I'm afraid I must render my verdict. Of all the... Yes, Your Honour. Please give me your ruling now while Ellen is asleep. I want the woman I love to be set free as soon as possible. Soren really loves Ellen after all, doesn't she? Yeah. So this is how it ends. But is that how it really went down? Is there really no way for them to both be happy? I know we should consider anything written in a notebook to be the truth, but still. I myself wrote of the crime in my notebook. No further proof is necessary. Soren himself wrote it in this notebook. Wait a minute. Very well. I now give my verdict. Ellen's about to be found not guilty, and Soren will be convicted for the crime instead. And yet... Am I really ready for the judge to give his ruling? Probably not. No. No, there's still one more avenue left to explore. The court finds the defendant Ellen Wyatt. Your Honour, there's still something that bothers me about that notebook. Oh, is there? What are you doing, Mr. Wright? All you have to do is keep quiet and your client's a free woman. I know, but I think there might be more to his case than meets the eye. Ba 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 ba. I'm not quite sure yet. But I think there might still be a way. A way for Ellen and Soren to be happy. What do you mean by more than meets the eye, Mr. Wright? I believe the question here, Your Honour, should be, why was the incriminating page torn out in the first place? To destroy the evidence, I'd imagine. Removing it from the notebook is the same as removing it from Mr. Sprocket's memory, which means he wouldn't have been able to trick the police if he came under suspicion. No, in order to cover up the crime, he would have to remember he'd done it. Just what are you getting at with this line of inquiry, Mr. Wright? Yes, please explain so we can all understand. Yes, Your Honour. The page was torn out of the notebook because... the incriminating page was torn out by somebody else. What? Order! Order! Are you claiming a third person interfered with the notebook? It's not all that surprising if you consider what's happened up until now. After both the car accident and the murder of Dumas Gloomsbury, there was always a cover-up not far behind. But I had my notebook with me at all times. Did you? I remember you were in a panic yesterday because you couldn't find it. That's true. So who orchestrated this particular cover-up, Mr. Wright? If you think back over the course of the trial, it's pretty easy to guess. The one who may have tried to tamper with Soren's memories is...
Take that!
The one who tampered with the notebook in order to manipulate Mr. Sprocket's memory is Pierce Nickledy. Pierce. Pierce tried to tamper with my memories. Pierce was manipulating me. Case in point, the 2 receptions that were held to cover up the murder. It was Mr. Nickledy who directed the guests and orchestrated the entire scene. No, it can't be. Which of my memories are mine and which have been rewritten? When did he start rewriting my memories? Who wrote this, and 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 this? Ah! Okay. He literally took off. Look, Nick, he's coming back down. My memories. Ellen. Mr. Sprocket. Bailiff, please get Mr. Sprocket to the infirmary on the double. Mr. Sprocket has been taken to the infirmary. We don't have to worry about him running away, so let's resume where we left off. Your Honour, the defence would like to call Pierce Nickledy to the stand. We already know he carried out the cover-up to protect the company and Mr. Sprocket. What more do you want from him? This time it's different. The notebook, or rather, Mr. Sprocket's memory, has been tampered with. That means the only person who knows the whole truth is now Mr. Nickledy. Don't tell me. Are you actually trying to drum up a 3rd suspect in order to exonerate the defendant and her groom? I'm not drumming up anything, nor do I have the grounds to accuse him of anything. Yet. All I know is Mr. Nickledy is the one who knows the truth. And I think he's still hiding something. Something we don't know about yet. No grounds yet, is it? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution consent to calling the witness to the stand? It does, Your Honour. However, I'd like a little time to talk with the witness before we do. Very well. We'll break for a 20-minute recess. Now we have to face Pierce on the stand. I'm not sure I should be surprised or not. One thing's for sure, he won't be an easy adversary. So do you think Pierce did it? It's too early to say anything at this point. But I do think he's still hiding something. Nick! Why don't you pin everything on Soren Loser back there? Looks like Larry still hasn't given up on Ellen. If this Pierce guy's the real bad guy, Soren and my Ellie will live happily ever after together. Larry, that's not the kind of thing a decent human being says. Shame on you, Larry. Oh, boo-hoo. You think I don't know? You know I have to give up on my Ellie. But Nick, promise you'll make her happy. She deserves a happily ever after. I'm sure someone will make her happy once all this is said and done. Trial's about to resume, Mr. Wright. Alright, ready, Maya? Yep, let's go. I'll be rooting for you, Nick. This court is now back in session. Witness, please take the stand. Please state your name and occupation.
My name is Piers Nickleby. I'm the Sprocket family butler. Let's get straight to the point, Mr. Nickleby. Someone tore out a page from Mr. Sprocket's notebook to manipulate his memories. And that person was you, wasn't it? That is correct. What of it? Well, that was easy. Why'd you do it? Why'd you tamper with Mr. Sprocket's notebook? Please allow me to explain. It pains me to do this, but I will tell you the truth. Pains you? That is correct. But my testimony will go against Master Solin's wishes. Solin's wishes? What's he talking about? I rushed to the Vista deck, but the crime had already been committed. I saw Miss Ellen and Groomsbury collapse and Master Solin writing in his notebook. Master Solin said to me, "I'll take the blame for the murder, so please take care of Ellen." But I went against his order. I tore the page out of his notebook and hid the body. Wait a second. What Mr. Sprocket was writing in his notebook at the time, could it be? It was meant to be a confession, an admission he'd killed Bloomsbury himself. He wrote the message to take the blame for Miss Wyatt. That is correct. Master Solin did hit Bloomsbury with the timekeeper to save Miss Ellen. Then Mr. Sprocket was the culprit after all. However, the blow did not kill Bloomsbury. That makes sense. Mr. Sprocket's injury wouldn't allow him to put much force into it. Enraged, Bloomsbury tried to attack Master Solin, who was already seriously wounded. In the nick of time, Miss Ellen hit Bloomsbury from behind and finished him off, it would seem. So the one who inflicted the fatal blow was the defendant? Yes, that's correct. Master Solin tried to take all the blame onto himself. No way! This is pretty bad, Nick. No kidding. Pretty bad's an understatement. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems your decision to call for Mr. Nickleby has backfired. For the true culprit behind the case remains the defendant, Ellen Wyatt. Oh, could this get any worse? If Pierce was involved in the cover-up plot, I bet he still has something to hide.
Hold it!
Wait a minute. I thought you went to the Vista deck with Mr. Sprocket. Actually, that's not true. What do you mean? I found this out afterward, but Master Solin went to the Vista deck alone. He went out the escape hatch in the reception hall and went along the outside wall.
What? You can't be serious. You mean Mr. Wright's adult-pated guess was actually correct?
What's with the adult-pated?
I suppose the truth really is stranger than fiction.
So, Mr. Nickleby, when you got to the scene you saw Mr. Bloomsbury, Miss Wyatt and Mr. Sprocket, is that right? That is exactly right. I saw Miss Ellen Bloomsbury collapsed.
Hold it!
So when you and your group arrived at the Vista deck, the murder had already been committed? That is correct. Bloomsbury had already been struck. Miss Ellen had lost consciousness, probably from the shock of the incident. And how did Mr. Sprocket appear? He was bleeding from the stab wound he received from Bloomsbury. Barely conscious, he was writing something in his notebook. So the mysterious third person in the store really was Soren then. Master Soren said to me, "I'll take the blame for the murder, take care of Ellen."
Hold it!
So Mr. Sprocket wrote a note of confession in order to take the blame for Miss Wyatt? Yes. That notebook is the only form of memory Master Soren has. You understand what his action meant, I trust?
What did it mean, Nick?
To Soren, everything in that notebook is true. So Soren tried to take the blame by altering his own memory to make himself think he did it.
No.
Master Soren truly loves Miss Ellen. It must have been love that made him do that.
Hold it!
Mr. Nickledy, can you please tell this court about that in more detail? That, you say? Which part do you mean, Mr. Wright? Can you be more specific? Alright. What do I want to know more about? Please tell me more about hiding the body. Very well. After saying he would take the blame, Master Soren passed out. That's when I hid the body. I quickly took the lift down to the hold, where I hid Bloomsbury's still warm body in the spare Pegaball lantern. So as you hid the body, not the defendant? Do you think Mr. Butts would move the lantern containing the body to the reception hall? Well, I did not see that coming. I don't blame you, and even Larry can predict what Larry will do next. Maybe I should take another look at the lantern and evidence. Mr. Rudd, would you like that statement to enter the witness's testimony? Yes, please. Very well, add the statement to your testimony, Mr. Nickledy. Lantern and evidence.
Objection!
Could it be? Is that what happened? If what I'm thinking is true, maybe I can prove neither Ellen nor Soren did the deed. Mr. Nickledy, you said the body was still warm when you hid it, correct? So then, what if Mr. Bloomsbury was still alive when you went to put his body inside the lantern? What? Huh? That's preposterous. Actually, this shows the victim might have still been alive when inside the lantern. Huh? You'll have to point out which part you're talking about, Mr. Wright. This part here shows the victim might still be alive.
Take that!
As you can see, the back end of the lantern is a door, and there's blood here on the wheel handle. The blood stain must have gotten there when the witness put the body inside the lantern. It in no way shows the victim drew his last breath while within the lantern. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth, for you can see, in putting the lantern back together, The police inadvertently placed the inside handle on the outside and vice versa. In other words, the wheel handles were swapped. Oh my, they got swapped! Yes, they got swapped. But that's ridiculous. Not at all. If you compare the other male Pegaball lantern in the reception hall, it's quite obvious the wheel handles were switched backwards. The detective in charge of the restoration will see me in my office later. Sorry, Emma. Good luck. In that case, what does the bloodstain on the wheel handle mean? The bloodstain didn't get there by chance. When the victim was put inside the lantern, he was only unconscious and not dead. When he regained consciousness, he probably tried to get out the lantern. So he grasped the inner wheel handle, and that's when the blood got on it. That proves the victim was still alive when inside the lantern. At the time, I was completely convinced Gloomsbury was dead. Had I checked more carefully, he might have survived. Unfortunate to be sure, but not significant enough to change the trial's outcome. Again, I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. It actually has a very significant impact on the case. The victim was struck by a defendant and died from his injuries later. There's nothing more to it. That's where you're wrong. Let's take another look at Mr. Gloomsbury's autopsy report, shall we? Please focus on a description of the injuries. It says one contusion found on the back of the head and one on the side. Yes, the one Mr. Sprocket gave him and the one Miss White delivered to finish him off. No, the defence would like to submit a different interpretation. A different interpretation? The victim was knocked unconscious by the first blow and then put into the lantern. And what about the lethal blow by a defendant the witness talked about? Yes, well, that didn't happen. After some time, when the victim regained consciousness and tried to get out the lantern, that's when he received the second blow that finished him off. Taking into account the fact the victim was alive for a period of time after the first hit, he did receive a second blow to the head. It does seem entirely possible. Yes, as long as the first blow didn't kill him instantly. There's a possibility that someone other than Mr. Sprocket or Miss White delivered the fatal blow.
Objection!
That's all you've got. Even if there was a time lag between the two blows, the prosecution's position doesn't change. What do you mean? It's elementary, Mr. Wright. After the reception, when the defendant was cleaning up the reception hall, the victim, who was supposed to be dead, suddenly came out the lantern. The defendant grabbed the murder weapon, which was right there, and finished him off. The theory does sound awfully familiar. Of course it does, Your Honour, because it's what I proposed at the very start. The second blow was inflicted by a defendant after all. I see. Seems a tangle of mysteries has unravelled into a single thread.
Objection!
As long as there's a possibility the fatal blow is delivered by a third person, we must continue deliberations. Oh, give it up, Mr. Wright. Unless you have something to prove the presence of this third person. Okay, Nick, relax. You can do this. Come on now. Take deep breaths. Good idea. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. There. Don't you feel better? He's right. I should calm down, get my focus back, go over everything again. And then hopefully I'll be able to find something to prove there was a third person. Let's see. First, why did Bloomsbury attack Ellen? Because he was tired of taking the blame for the accident? Some of the line of reasoning doesn't feel quite right to me. No? How come? If it was just a personal vendetta, he'd already stabbed Soren. Why then so determined to go after Ellen? You're right, the whole thing feels too premeditated for a crime of passion. Bloomsbury didn't seem to have a personal grudge against Ellen. If Bloomsbury didn't have a personal reason to attack Ellen, then... You've taken long enough, Mr. Wright. Now it's time for some action. What proved you have that a third person was involved? Alright, I'll show you. Not sure what I'm doing yet, but it looks like I'm out of time. This piece of evidence proves the involvement of a third person.